We're going in a slightly different direction now, musically speaking. Celio Vasconcellos is here to join us, who is from the world of improvised avant-garde, improvised music and jazz music, the avant-garde. This is something that I used to be very, very heavily involved in. There was in New Zealand, I ran a jazz record label, and there was a concert every Monday night called Vitamin S. And what would happen is all of the musicians in town would turn up, and then the master of ceremonies would say, you, and you're the first band. You guys, you're the second band. And so the music that came out was just whatever people brought, and they performed. And you're going to tell us what that's like from the musician's perspective.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Celio Vasconcellos, everybody.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for everybody to be here, and the people of the organization of the Music Fest and IRCAN to give us this opportunity to show our work here, our experiences. Well, my name is Dare. I am the guy. Well, I work more than 20 years with computer systems applied in free improvisation, more related to jazz and free jazz and avant-garde, this kind of music. And, well, what I want to talk to you briefly, I will speak a little bit, have a little bit of patience, yes, and after we make a performance here with my keyboard and computer. I will start with following statement. Technology is an enabler which it's possible to make any kind of music. Yes, that's true. So nowadays we have people using technology in pop music and film music, whatever kind of music is that we heard, still in the classical music. But still, when you think in terms of free improvisation, there are some challenges that the musician encounter on the way, yes. And in this sense, I would talk a little bit more what it means. It's not a matter because we as musicians, we have 100,000 of software applications, controllers. Sometimes it's like a jungle. You are getting crazy, yes. So what tool I will use, but still it's funny because it's a funny relationship that we have between music and science. Well, music performance relies on interaction between human beings within the cultural and social context. Whatever part of the world, wherever you go, you find people making music with or without computers, yes, and still improvising in some way without to read notes or scores or such kind of things, yes. But many aspects of musical creation, perception, like emotion, intention, expressiveness, are hard to formalize inside of a computer. This is the first challenge. And on the other hand, science relies on analytical methods in defining commonalities. It sounds a little bit academic, I know. And structures based to large part on mathematical models. And this kind of scientific approach is necessary in order to have controllers, computers working for us musicians. In this sense, the electronic music applies the results of the scientific research. We have hardware, we have software, and we need also the brainware. Well, concerning free improvisation, yes, there is some history in the past that we need to tackle. And the free improvisation is a genre of music that was developed in the United States and Europe during the 1960s and was an outgrowth of free jazz, modern classical music. And the characteristic of this music is really complex textures, crazy sounds, changes in the mood and the rhythmic, and sometimes it's difficult for the audience to follow up what the guys are doing on the stage. And one characteristic of this music is it has in some sense one adaptation of the African traditional music, how the African people make music. This is very interesting because whenever you hear African music from Sub-Saharan, it has the same characteristic when you hear multiple colors of sounds, many rhythms, many tempos at the same time. It's a little bit like a noise, yes, but it's really incredible. And this is one And the free jazz brought this inside of the free improvisation music. And on the other hand, there's a kind of rejection of traditional European or the structural compositional models how to make music in the sense of the classical music. Well, with all these things, then the musician comes when we make a free improvisation with electronics. He puts these questions. What are you doing? What's my goal when using electronic devices and software environments? How controllers and interfaces can help me to make music? What kind of software I will use? I will use a software like a kind of an extended instrument, as an intelligent composer, as a real-time improviser. These are some technical terms, you know. And at the last question is the most important: how my performance can be reproducible in order that people can hear it. Well, I will give you a short example. It's a video. This guy's, I am this guy. I am using a control interface called Syndrome. It's a percussion control interface. And on the piano, I have a kind of pianola, computer-controlled pianola that is able to play any kind of piano. You put on the keyboard and it goes on. Well, enjoy. Where it is? That was. Just a moment here. I need to. Yes. Okay. Well, this was the answer to these questions. Yes, and in one artwork that I developed, it was meaning. You have controllers, you have instruments, you have sounds, but you need to put some kind of intelligence inside of the computer, because the computer is a stupid machine. Yes, if you don't put intelligence inside of it, it does nothing for you. Especially in this kind of work I do. And there are some strategies that I try to follow up. One is called a generative approach. It means that according to last example video, the computer generate sound structures. Yes, I can tell the computer, okay, computer, I have the mathematical model, calculate the output sound with these sequences, yes? And he can calculate very well. He's a very good guy, computers, in this way. And some software applications offer the possibility to achieve this goal, yes, like Max MSP or Open Music here from IRCAN, yes. Ableton Live also, yeah, also controller you can use very well. There are some plugins and you can manipulate sounds and something like this, or Symbolic Composer, or any other environment capable to generate musical structures in non-real or in real time. Yeah? Well, and this is one approach, and there is a second approach, and this is the future music, that is called the transformative approach. In this sense, you have a computer like a partner playing with you. You improvise, the computer hears your music, and he gives you an answer. It sounds a little bit scary, or like Frankenstein music, but this is the future, yes? And there are some applications like Omax here from IRCAN, or Voyager 2 from jazz trombonist from the United States called George Lewis, and also another application called Tango, also from a jazz musician from Germany, Cologne, Henning Berg. No? And these are today I could find only the 3 applications that goes in this direction. Yeah, and this will be my homework in the next time. Today I will show you only what I have done on this side with generative approach, and I will do a short performance here in which I will be playing following, just a moment. I hope everything works okay. Yes, I will be using Ableton Live and Max at the same time. On Max, okay, this is a really very simple patch in Max for those of you that know how it works. They think, okay, it comes some input and output inside, and in between I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 objects from a so-called Lorentz attractor. And Lorentz attractor, oh, now I get a little bit academic, is a mathematical model from fractal theory, Chaos theory, if everybody else heard about this stuff. And what does the so-called fractal algorithm here on the right side, these 5 lines of music, they will be running in the time drawing these lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It makes a shape like a brain. At the end we have something like this. This is the visual representation of the, let's say, I would say in music you have C minor or the D major. I don't have here C major or D major. Yes, I have implicit, but it's with this shape of the music. Okay? Well, looks well. And now I go to my real job, that is to make music. Thank you very much.
Celio Vasconcellos, thank you so much. Yes. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.